So closing stages of this match here in round 13, and Palmerston leading 18-10 to 16-11. Nightcliff coming to this match unbeaten with 12 straight wins, and as I welcome Brad Stewart. Brad, they've found the going a little hard today without one of their star players, Elijah Ware, missing, but take nothing away from the Magpies. Are good today.
Yeah, Magpies are good. Obviously a few massive ins with the Cloak brothers, and the likes of Elijah Ware being out as being a massive plus for them. But yeah, risen to the occasion last week. I think they upset the Waratahs last week. So again, this week another big scalp for them, and probably too little too late for them in the run for the finals. But another interesting post-Christmas match-up here between Nightcliff and Palmerston.
And a couple of big Cloak boys playing down there, and Darren Ewing in the goal square. All of a sudden, the Magpies look the real deal after looking so woeful for most of the season. The third quarter here in particular, they played their best footy for the year, I reckon.
Yeah, their third quarter, from what I understand, I wasn't here for the entire part of it, but as they slot through another behind going forward. We don't have the team sheets, but yeah, their third quarter really jumped out of the blocks really well and suppressed Nightcliff going forward after Nightcliff's second quarter, which really could have blown them out of the water when they kicked 6 goals to none in a 10-minute burst, which really could have really wrecked the game. But yeah, to their credit, they've fought back and yeah, look in a really good winning position now.
And those ground level players, Pierce Little and Russell Davey, these sorts of players have been terrific today. Got onto the loose ball and been able to crumb it and get it forward. They're out by 2 goals now, and Nightcliff desperate to get a goal. They're at the wrong end of the ground, of course, and they've just looked just a little weary. I reckon weary from the pressure of winning week after week, Brad, and that tells on you after a while. And people often say, if you just keep winning, the pressure continues to build. You need to lose one just to get yourself freshened up a little bit. Nightcliff they're the best team in the competition, but they'll come back much stronger. But it'll be a good win here. 2 goals clear now, and they're going to go even further by the look of it. Look at this man in the goal square standing all by himself, too long with the kick. And they're going to run in and have a shot. This is going to miss out to the left, so out now to 13 points. That's the margin in the end. Terrific win here to Palmerston.
Yeah, massive win, Charlie, and likes of Kirsten Hunter, I think, came into this game as well, and as is mentioned, Russell Davey, the likes, and Jake Dignan. But I think, the pressure mounted on Nightcliff to continue to win throughout this season, and walking into the stadium, there was a little bit of tension in the stands here, and I spoke to one of their board members, Jocelyn Ledwidge, who was quite tense with her hand was quite shaking and wasn't quite sure whether she was going to get across the line. But great win by Palmerston, and definitely proves that Nightcliff can be beaten, which is they're not invincible.
No, I don't think they played their best footy today, and really they showed just some weariness out there, but they'll bounce back, no doubt about that. And Russell Jeffrey be absolutely thrilled. The only territory player to ever play representative football for the VFL. He played for the VFL, and he coaches Palmerston, and hasn't had a good go with it over the last couple of years, but these last 2 wins you mentioned last week, that terrific win over Tarzan. Now this one will have him smiling just a little bit.
Yeah, definitely, and obviously the rumour mill was circling whether he should get the chop before the end of the season, and I think he continues to bob up and save his job at crucial times in the season, Charlie. And Russell Jeffrey, to his credit, has got a great way of getting his guys up. He's similar to the way Michael McLean manages to get a group of blokes up that they aren't a group of stars, but they're a group of, they play as a team and they work together, and they seem to mould together at that right time and at the right time of the season. Unfortunately, this year they haven't had a good start, which has really hampered their efforts in making the finals this year. But you never know, if they can carry this momentum on to next year, it could be a different story for the Palmerston Magpies.
And look at the Tigers out there in unfamiliar territory, unfamiliar for this year, very familiar for last year and the last few years, where they just continued to lose matches, and many matches they didn't get anywhere near being even competitive. But they're walking off here a crestfallen bunch today. They didn't like that at all, and I still think a loss in the second half of the season is not too bad for you. You get a taste of it and you don't ever want to go back there again, and Mo Motlop will get together with that team and have a good chat to them. Meanwhile, St Mary's have made their way out on it. It's a glorious night here for a game of footy, isn't it? No rain about. Wanderers about to make their way out onto the ground. The match in front of us, round 13, Wanderers and St Mary's. They played in the grand final last year. Saints were favoured to win it, but Wanderers wouldn't have a bar of it, and had a terrific win and upset not only St Mary's but all the tipsters as well. And it was a great win for them. They're back at full strength now, Wanderers, or just about. Not the case with St Mary's. They've been a little distracted throughout the week with the Darryl White saga that's gone on, and they've lost some key players. So certainly Wanderers come into the game with a real chance to win this all-important game. They're out of the 5. They need the win.
Yeah, and St Mary's obviously without their ruckman in Barry Brooks, and also Brent McCrae looks like a late admission, as well as Justin Cooper, who last week kicked a couple of clutch goals in the first half to get them in front early on against Nightcliff. In comes Willie Rioli, again only a 17-year-old, but carries that famous name that we all know, and Callum Sharp at number 24. Across to the Wanderers, a couple of blokes back in. Ryan Prendergast, Troy Taylor will definitely straighten them up. But the big key man is up forward, Adam Cook, who's kicked a massive amount of goals in the short space of time that he's had in the NTFL this year, but has proven it. A couple of years ago when he did come up was definitely an impactor when Wanderers made the grand final 3 or 4 years ago.
You mentioned a couple of important players there, Prendergast and Cook, to straighten Wanderers up. Wanderers, because they play that fast-flowing footy, they'll often go to the boundary line where they can use their pace, but having those guys at centre-half forward and full forward, if that's where they play them, Wanderers will straighten the ball up and go back down the corridor where I think they play their best footy. So everything right for Wanderers. Brad Vassal's been terrific for them. Erlinson's been good. They've had many good players. St Mary's as well, you mentioned their ruckman, but Wanderers missed their ruckman too. Christian Shield, who's carried the ruck for most of the year, he's not playing as well, so they both lose their ruckman. I don't know whether ruckman will decide this game here, but I'll tell you what, Ryan Smith's performance for St Mary's last week was as good as any ruckman for the year, so I reckon he might get first hands on the ball in the middle for Saints.
Yeah, I think Ryan Smith's going to play a big part in this game in getting the St Mary's midfield in the likes of Iggy Villaggio and Josh Heath and the likes first hands on the ball. I think the midfield is going to win it. I think both sides are evenly matched up. I think Wanderers probably a little bit top heavy up the forward line, and it's going to be interesting to see how St Mary's can combat that with the extra height, and they've got Prendergast, Cook, and also Troy Taylor up there, who's an unknown quantity. He comes up in and out of the play, so it's going to be interesting to see who St Mary's put on him, because he's one of those guys that can impact the game at various stages.
Comments there by Brad Stewart. Be joining me, Charlie King, in commentary of this match. It's round 13. Wanderers desperately need to win. They sit on 20 points. They're outside the top 5. A win would only take them to 24 points. St Mary's already on 28. So they're the team that Wanderers are eyeing off, both St Mary's and Southern Districts. Waratah, who had 26 points, actually got 4 points today, more than 4 points. They got massive percentage with their demolition of the Buffaloes. They won 35-16 to 6-7. So in effect, they would sit probably in equal second position. Maybe the percentage they get from today might have them putting their nose in front of the Tiwi Bombers, who sit in second position. Tiwi Bombers play Southern Districts tomorrow in an all-important match. But Wanderers, I was talking to their coach today, Paul Motlop. He says all we've got to do, we've got to forget everything else. All we've got to do is win footy matches. The road ahead for Wanderers, this match, and then they've got the Tiwi Bombers, then they've got Waratah, then they get an easy game against Darwin, then they finish with tough matches against Nightcliff, and in round 18 they play St Mary's again. So they just simply need to win. Their season, Brad, will end tonight, the reigning premiers. If they don't win, they'll be out of the running, I'm convinced.
Yeah, definitely. And again with St Mary's as well, if they lose tonight, they've also got a tough run home. They've got Nightcliff again in a couple of weeks. They've got the Tiwi Bombers again as well, and they've also got Wanderers in that sort of zone. So they've got a similar run home. So it's a crucial match for both clubs. St Mary's to maybe kick clear and keep the Wanderers out of what could make it a tricky final series for them if they manage to scrape through. But if St Mary's lose tonight, it opens that door even wider for Wanderers to really sneak through. And again tomorrow, another crucial game in the course of the season was Tiwi Bombers and Southern Districts. If that match goes the way that the Wanderers hope it goes, they again still remain in touch as well.
So if you're just joining us, and from wherever you're joining us, welcome. 2 matches already played in round 13 in the NTFL here in Darwin. Earlier today, Waratah disposed of Darwin 35-16 to 6-7. That's not an unfamiliar scoreline for the Buffaloes. They've been beaten, or thrashed, comprehensively beaten throughout the year, haven't won a match yet. And then Palmerston upset Nightcliff, who are unbeaten going into this match. Palmerston, who sit well outside the top 5, got up to get a victory. 18 goals 12 to 16 goals 11, so the margin 13 points. Round 13 wraps up tomorrow. Nightcliff take on Southern Districts right here at Marara Oval, but this match is a beauty. Should be a terrific game between St Mary's and Wanderers. A lot of pride on the line. I hope you stay with us throughout the evening.
Yeah, it's going to be a fantastic match as the guys head out to their positions. It's just taking a look at who's going forward for Wanderers. We've got Adam Cook, obviously, the danger man at number 27, Ryan Prendergast, Troy Taylor, as predicted, Jared Erlinson, and also we have going forward John Jackson and Aaron Motlop. heading forward as well, which is, again, fast and pacey forward line with a bit of dogged determination in John Jackson. It's going to be interesting to see how St Mary's match up across the board there.
Did you pick up McNamee? Where's he gone?
James McNamee.
I don't see him even out there. He might be starting.
James McNamee is at half back there on Josh Heath by the looks of it.
What a mismatch. The littlest fella on the Nichols medalist. Still, Josh Heath's been a terrific player. Anyway, it's underway. Ryan Smith to do the ruck work here. He couldn't get his hands on it first up. In goes Scrimgeour, got a handball away. Wanderers can send this ball forward now. Running hard with it there is Jerry Wilson. What a good player he was. Couldn't get his hand on it. Getting over the top. Vassell couldn't get it. Worried out of it, but then drew the free kick. So he has it. He's just backward of the wing out on the far side. Punches with the left boot. Good kick up towards half forward. Fisted towards the boundary line. Rioli ran hard at it. Got hit a little high. Looked at the umpire, who just ignored him. Said didn't see a thing.
Yeah, nothing doing there for young Benny Rioli. He's going to have to keep his head over the ball all night. He's going to have his work cut out up back. And
Shannon Rioli's been outstanding. Keep an eye out on him today. Good tap down there by St Mary's. There's Rioli trying to get free with the handball. They come back around the corner. Ryan Smith. They can take it forward now. This is Collins. Here's the man you mentioned, Josh Heath. He's up on the wing, kicks it up the half forward. High kick, ball punched to ground over the boundary line. Not able to complete the mark down there. Saints a chance to take it forward, lose it to the boundary line.
Yeah, another key matchup, I guess. Big Johnny Bonson, again, played his 250th game last week. He's matching up on Iggy Vallejo at the start of this match, so again, a real crucial matchup.
And can I just mention here, St Mary's wearing the black armband. They lost one of their great clubmen in Ian Butt, who's been with the club for about, 30 or 40 years, been a terrific servant for the club. They had his funeral yesterday, so they wear the black armbands today. And when the team's out there at quarter time, I'll look up and I won't see Ian Butt stand there, and I've seen him do it for so long. Here's the kick forward, goes deep by Taylor. Troy Taylor up over the wing, over the boundary line, and the umpire's picked out.
Chopping of the hands there, Charlie. Prendergast just going for the mark, just got the hands chopped.
Prendy gives the handball off, they can go forward. Jackson got it up forward and ball's in the hands here of Aaron Motlop. Will chip it along the boundary line. Good build up. Eagles patient. We talked about this last week and we saw Wanderers. Some comment that they're only have the one gear, but tonight see the patience in them. They got this ball down to Vassell.
Yeah, patience, cool head, and again, it comes from the experience. John Jackson, Aaron Motlop, Brad Vassell, probably three of the most important cogs to this Wanderers side.
At 50, he's a lefty. He's in the perfect position. He bangs long. It drifts back. Not far enough. Misses to the near side. And the first score on the board for the match are behind to the reigning premiers off the boot there of Brad Vassell.
Yeah, Brad Vassell just obviously in the right pocket for a lefty, and you just couldn't straighten that kick up just enough to get it through. But yeah, good start, good intensity from both clubs here early on.
Ignatius Vallejo, Iggy Vallejo, his brother Anthony plays. Haven't seen him for a while. He's been just can't quite make the A team. Here's John Anstis. Got to the footy, some pressure put on by Troy Taylor out there. They wrestle for the ball on the ground. It won't come out. Umpire goes in to extricate it, and he'll ball it up.
Yeah, something Paul Motlop would be really pleased there with Troy Taylor. Defensive pressure, first the spoil, but secondly the tackle was really good.
Prendergast, handball over the top. Eagles trying to go for that. Looked a little high. Some good tackling there put on by Troy Taylor. Again, Saints trying to break the ball out. They match up pretty well. Iggy Vallejo scrambles a kick out to the wing. It's a rolling ball. Sets Tunderwatch a bit of a task. He gets to it. Comes back into the field of play. The back up with Iggy Vallejo. The old 1-2. Iggy Vallejo, plenty of experience. Chips it up forward. That's a great kick. Kicked beautifully, wasn't it? Straight into the hands there of Dion Gordon, who's been such a good player. Goes into the goal square. Good vision from, but a terrific mark in defence. Well done, the Eagles back there. Equal to the task. Kick along the boundary line, not that good, but manages to stay in the field of play, and the mark has been taken down there by Seaton. Seaton for the Eagles will go back. Josh Heath runs a long way to stand on the mark. And that's Brenton Motlop. Right across inside defensive 50. There's James McNamee, gave the handball. Won the medal last year, didn't he?
Yeah, Nichols medalist, and obviously spent the first 10 weeks of the NTFL season commencing the What Air Magic, which is an exciting project. AFL&T was happy to have it included this year.
So the Eagles a chance here now. Kick along the boundary line, goes over the boundary line. No, it doesn't, stays in. Chance here if they can get the handball working. Ryan Smith gets there with a tackle, holds it up, sees it over the boundary line. Now, Daniel Motlop, what's the story with him? We've recently retired AFL player.
Yeah, recently retired. Obviously gone back to South Australia. I think he's taking up a coaching role down there. Back with his partner is pregnant, so yeah, I think the Wanderers are just trying to use him where possible when he's available to come up and play. But yeah, he will be back, from my understanding, or hopefully next week, apparently.
So 3 games is is what you need to qualify for the finals. Did he play the 3? Do you know?
Yes, he has. I think he's played 4 games now, so yeah, definitely.
He's pretty right. Eagles have it down in their forward line. Bit of an arm wrestle going on early stages of the match. Scrimgeour getting in there, bullocking his way through. Couldn't get it. Hale got it, gave a handball out. They'll emerge now with Collins with a kick. Rolling ball out towards the far side of the ground towards the boundary line. No one able to get it in. Game hasn't got going yet, has it? Just a stop-start, early stages.
Yeah, just kicking along and just noticing there, Adam McKenzie there, who's doing a lot of the ruck work for the Wanderers. It's going to be interesting who gives him that chop out. But yeah, he seems to be playing a kick behind the play, not following Smith around too much to try and not, because Smith has a massive engine. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see how he manages his workload.
Yeah, doing the ruck work there, McKenzie. So Jackson, the other guy for Wanderers, did a bit of the ruck work. There's a good mark taken by John Bonson. What a great player. He is ornament to the game, fits in perfectly. Chips it out wide, links it up here to Brenton Motlop. Comes off centre half back, kicks to the wing. The Eagles can build from here. A deep kick forward off the boot of Seaton. No one gets clear ball. Wanderers down there fighting for it was Adam Cook. You don't want him on hands and knees. You want ball delivered lace out to him, kick to the centre of the ground. Little reach over the top was a free kick. Saints are going to get it. Thunderwatch just backward of the circle. Former Tiwi Bomber player goes right out looking for Iggy Vallejo. Gets it to him. Vallejo heard the call behind him. It was Hale. Couldn't get back to him. Hale's run into Wanderers player. In fact, that wasn't Hale out there. That might have been Woodley, the new player for St Mary's. And here's the Eagles using the handball. Again, being patient in defence. Little kick came out. Aaron Motlop. What about Aaron Motlop? Half back or half forward?
I like Aaron Motlop on the wing, actually, Charlie. He's very damaging across the wing there. I'll just let you call this play as I go forward.
Here's Prendergast, got it from Vassell. Vassell gets back, he's caught high. Did he have prior opportunity? That's the question the umpire is asking, and he rules that he did. He had an opportunity to get rid of it, he didn't. And St Mary's have got it, can chip it along the wing, but there's a good mark. Running hard at the footy. This is McKenzie, straightens it up. Scrimgeour. Put that big body to use there, James. He didn't. Little soccer kick off the ground from Cook. And he misses and kicks it behind. So Eagles have got a couple of behinds. Nothing flash about any of it, but that's what they lead by. 2 behinds, Saints yet to score.
Yeah. As I mentioned, just Aaron Motlop, I think, best across the wing and also in the centre where he's crucial, quick. He's got quick feet and quick hands. Also, just noticed there, James McNamee's just playing that usual role that he won the Nichols medal with last year. Just loose, doesn't have anybody. St Mary's need to negate his influence on the game if they're going to have any chance of winning.
Hale with the kick, Robbie Hale along the boundary line, off hands McFarlane over the boundary line. He was closely watched by John Bonson. You know, there are some players that play footy that for some reason they just always seem to be in the clear. So, you know, your coach say to him, on him, I want you to pick him. You just can't. Yeah. They just have a special skill of getting away, don't they?
James McNamee is very adept at evading any player that actually tries to man up on him. And I have seen him actually making sure other players are picking up his men, so pointing to other players to push across so he can stay free, which is probably smart considering how well he uses the ball when he gets it. So I guess if it works, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Wait for the book to come out, the James McNamee book, How to Get Free Out on the Footy Field. Here he is getting a touch now. Along the boundary line, goes backwards with the handball. Kick from out of play, I reckon. Player was over the boundary line. You can see that pretty clearly. Our cameras got it, so the ball has to be thrown in. So it's down on the half-forward line for Saints. McFarlane down there. Robbie Hale down there. We've got players that they'll go to. McFarlane in particular, but the matchup with Bonson is just a beauty, isn't it?
Yeah, matchup with Johnny Bonson there. I think we've got Noodles McFarlane on Johnny now, so I think him and Iggy Vallejo are going to be swapping around there up, and Iggy's down at full forward now, but they're going to rotate across the half-forward line.
Here's the thumping kick. It was given to Thunderwatch by McFarlane, and he just ran to 50 and banged it straight through the middle. Not a noted goal kicker, but that was a good one. Yeah,
not a noted goal kicker, and he's done really well there, and obviously Noodles McFarlane, I think, would be well adept at kicking from goal from that far, but obviously wasn't comfortable. And Kevin Tandawatch obviously playing in the centre by the looks of it, which again is a role that he's not accustomed to. It looks like he's lining up in the ruck as we speak. So St Mary's using a makeshift ruckman, as will Wanderers at some point throughout this game as well. So interesting.
So he's down there across half-back again, McNamee. Tandawatch, as you said, there's a good pickup. We don't see him ruck. We don't see him kicking goals either. So he's kicked the goal. Let's see if he can do the ruck work as well. He's going to jump here against Mackenzie. Mackenzie might have got the best of it. Eagles can wind their way through the middle. Here they go forward with the speedster. Campbell Warramaba up towards the half-forward line. Straight up the corridor went the Eagles. Scrimgeour gets in over it. Whistle's played. Wanderers going to get a free kick here. It's not Scrimgeour.
Troy Taylor, I think.
Might have been Troy Taylor. Went in first. And he's picked out the free kick. He's about 15 metres out directly in front. So the answering goal from the Eagles is going to come within 30 seconds.
Yeah, the Eagles obviously have worked hard and had the majority of the ball in this first stage of this first quarter, so it'd be crucial for them to get on the scoreboard early. I think Paul Motlop would be very happy with the intensity of Troy Taylor. Has been known just to float in and out of the game and not really have long-lasting impact, so hopefully they can get good output from him tonight for a win.
Here's a kick from directly out in front. He steers it through the middle. You'd expect him to, and he did that. He worked hard for the footy, didn't he? Brad, he went in to get it, and he got it, and he got the free kick as well, and he's rewarded with that goal as his team is. Yeah.
The umpires generally pay the free kicks to those guys that are putting their heads over the ball and obviously getting in there first. If you get in there first, you're more than likely going to get a free kick, pushing the back, holding on, all those sorts of things. So umpires generally reward those things if you're willing to do the hard yards and get in first.
Look, we've gone 10 minutes, or we've ticked past 10 minutes. Wanderers have had the bulk of the play, haven't they? Most of the play up in their forward line. Saints only had that one real penetration inside the 50 there, where they got that goal. So the game really, Wanderers playing better at the early part of the match, do you think? Yeah,
definitely early part of the match, and the centre breaks, I think they're probably winning that battle, even though there's only been 3. But there's going to be a few issues for Damien Hale. I think Wanderers' speed at this stage is causing St Mary's a few issues.
Stapleton getting involved. Handball came out to Bice. We saw him last week. Impressed with his performance. Here's Josh Heath with the ball in front of him. Iggy Vallejo with him. Prendergast there. He got around Prendergast, went with a kick up towards the half-forward line. Eagles at the back. Bonson straightens it up. Wants McNamee. It's a risky old kick. Very risky kick. They had to work hard. Ashley Lanson, he's from Groot Island, got it across, gave it off to Bonson. Bonson out wider to the far side of the ground, and the Eagles can reload again from just backward of the wing and kick it out towards the wing.
I think Ashley's from Tennant Creek, Charlie. Sorry about that.
Is he?
Yes, Tennant Creek boy. Reminds me of Owen Henry by the way the hairstyle he's got. But yeah, he's from Tennant Creek.
Is Owen Henry playing tonight?
No, it doesn't look like it is. So again, another omission from the Wanderers. That again, crucial player.
And a real speedster. Here the Eagles win it out on the far side of the ground. Mackenzie brought it in. That was dropped. Umpire said play on. Fair call. Robbie Hale punches out wide. Iggy Vallejo, bring it back to the corridor, or almost put it up. Gave Alan May a bit of a chance. Tough call. Here's Iggy Vallejo in the back up. He's calling his players forward. He's out on the wing. True wing position. He's won a Nichols medal as well, hasn't he, Iggy Vallejo? His little kick went over to Lidgerwood. He may be the son of John Lidgerwood, who was a great player for St Mary's some years ago. I'd imagine not too many Lidgerwoods around. I'd imagine he'd be the son.
Yeah, an unusual name, so I'm sure that would be the case, but a bit before my time since I've been up here, Charlie, I think.
Some
you know more than me.
Here's Aidan Hill up the centre half forward. Oh, McFarlane, great judgment. Where was Bonson? Got in front of him, didn't he, Bonson? And that was a terrific mark. He's taken 2 really good marks now, and he's a chance to kick this. He won't be giving this one off. Tandawatch will be hoping that he does, but he's not in the frame, so he's going to have to do the job himself. He'd be happy with that challenge, though. He'll kick from about, well, maybe 45 metres. Bonson stands on the mark, 45-degree angle, and this man is a goal kicker, Peter McFarlane. And he starts it out to the left and swings it back and gets the goal. They've got a couple now, Saints, and they're starting to worry Wanderers a little bit. Wanderers get control of the footy and then just don't do that extra little bit that they need to get the ball down their forward line. Saints are doing it very well. Tunderwatch and McFarlane goals for Saints. Taylor has the goal for the Eagles.
Yeah, just Johnny Bonson there, just mistimed his run. Obviously got the front spot, which all backmen try to do and fight for, but mistimed his jump at the ball, and it sailed over his head, and there was 3 or 4 other Wanderers players just standing around like stunned mullets there, so there wasn't really any contesting of the ball once it passed Johnny Bonson, so they really need to address that.
They just don't look switched on yet, the Eagles. They're going to work hard from the middle now through Adam McKenzie. But you do need to be switched on if you play St Mary's. Here's some good running from them though. Jackson tries to shrug the tackle, and he's going to be penalised, yes. It's a prior opportunity ruling, you would suggest. Hale runs and offers. That's ignored. Go with a longer kick. McNamee got across there. Ball went to ground. Saints with it now up towards centre half forward. Ooh, that's a good mark, Dion Gordon. Came from a long way back, got his chest to the footy, punches with the right boot, nearly got it over the top. Ball went to ground. Saints went looking. There was Dermot Tippenwoody. He didn't get it. Saints have this ability to, or this knack of bringing young players on who can star in their first match.
Definitely got a lot of young talent out at St Mary's Football Club, and the likes of Jack Long and Ben Rioli that have popped up this year, so just to name a couple.
Wanderers free kick and advantage played off the boot of Vassell. Boa rolling ball. This is Cook. Cook along the boundary line. Wow. He was hoping for a bit there, wasn't he? Missed everything.
Cook had Vassell there, not Vassell, Prendergast running about 10 metres on the inside of him. Prendergast obviously extremely disappointed that he didn't get the handball, but yeah, Cook probably needed to listen to the voice and give the handball over the top.
Johnny Anstess, short. It's out of defence, played a bit of hockey, good player. Luke Collins for Saints. Benny Rioli. Big raps on Benny Rioli. Geez, McFarlane's got the better of Bonson earlier on, hasn't he?
Yeah, definitely, but obviously kicking that goal, but he's still getting the ball higher up the ground. I think Damien Hale probably would rather him getting a little bit further back than where he is.
Robbie Hale went inside 50. Jumping when he didn't have to was Mitchell Taylor, lost the footy. McNamee from the last line of defence. Squirts it out wide. Duncan Seaton, he's up on the half-back line. He's got a couple in the middle. Oh, he's left it behind. Did Aaron Motlop. Maybe he needed a call to tell him it was he had to go for it. They're stuck with the footy now. Umpire's going to have to come in and ball it up. Interesting match as we tick up to quarter time. Just a score check here has St Mary's leading 2 goals straight to Wanderers 1 goal 2. Brad Stewart is with me.
Yeah, it's interesting. Definitely hot contested footy in there, and Wanderers definitely need to sort of break out of their little bit of a slumber that they're in at the moment. Otherwise, they could find themselves 3 or 4 goals down pretty quickly.
Mitchell Taylor went looking for that. There's Shane Thompson. Ducked his head. He's in trouble here. Oh, he's lucky to get out of that. He really is. And throwing his weight around there, and he shouldn't be doing that, is Shane Thompson. He's got better things to do. He's having words with Shannon Rioli. Be careful, they'll reverse it. Whistle went a little prematurely. Oh, you can't do that really. Blow the whistle and then say play on.
Yeah, a bit tough.
Once the whistle goes, the whistle goes. He's the kick right across. James McNamee has it in the other back pocket. Comes down the corridor. He's trying to give his teammates a bit of a message here. Here's Dos Rios from centre half back, and he squirts out wide.
Great kick. Great clearing kick.
Shane Thompson had a little bit of a look around, then dropped it, then used the handball unnecessarily. Little kick along the barrier, mucking around the Eagles. Not good enough, had possession of the footy, and it's still stuck between the wing and the half-back line for Wanderers for a throw-in.
Yeah, just a little bit too fancy there from the Wanderers, and Shane Thompson just a little bit lazy there with the drop mark. We used 50 metres in the clear, and Paul Motlop will definitely need to address those basic skill errors at quarter time.
Scrimgeour does a lot of that. See him down on his knees. You really don't want that from him. He's so strong. His legs are so strong. He really needs to stay on his foot. When he goes to ground, Wanderers have 17 players. Here's the kick by Josh Heath. He was hit after he kicked it. The umpire's blown the whistle and pointed the other way. Now, the umpire's blown the whistle. This Josh Heath.
He's played
now, what's he?
Tunneling, I think it might have been.
Well, he definitely played a free kick here to Saints. He pointed the other way. Now he's explaining. What did you make of it?
Oh, I'm not quite sure. I thought it was pretty fair at the time of the kick, but obviously the umpire sees it differently. So
David Cruz got the explanation, and that's all he got because Josh Heath got the footy. Little kick over the top, didn't quite get there. Prendergast got in the way. Heath hit again, goes to ground. Who was slung?
Duncan Seaton was slung after giving the ball away, and the umpire picked that up.
So Seaton has it. Wanderers mucking around across this half-back line. Doesn't make any sense to me at the moment. They need to go deep with it. Here's Jackson, tucked away on the half-back line. Maybe Saints won't allow him to do that. He'll go short again, chip it in. A lot of energy being used up. Seaton has it.
St Mary's definitely using a rolling zone here, Charlie, by the looks of things, and Wanderers just trying to use a sweeping kick to clear it.
Bouncing ball to the far side. Little measuring kick over in front of the scoreboard. Who's on the run forward? No one, but down there is Vassell. Doesn't go in his direction. It's Cook. Prendergast. Good work, Saints in defence here. Bice. Cool under pressure, chips it out. Good use of the footy. McFarlane's a long way, isn't he, from centre half forward. He's up on the half back flank. Gives it to Bice. Justin Bice from the wing. And McNamee read it well, but didn't get there in time.
Out in the full by the looks of it.
Well, he plays on quickly, brings it back in. Now the umpire's, he's playing it on Thompson to the middle, Scrimgeour. Now he moves quickly because here's the players out on the wing. He should be going in the direction of Seaton. He does. Seaton's got some space. Wants the player to run on for him. Seaton takes him on. Steps infield. Gets around Shannon Rioli. Pumps it up the half forward. Big fly. Down there might have been Taylor, but the good mark taken in defence here for St Mary's. Luke Stapleton. What a good defender he is.
Yeah, St Mary's got a couple of good dogged defenders down there, and Stapleton's one of them. Him and Johnny Ansers definitely hold that back line up.
Bice's kick wasn't real good. Erlinson a bit of a chance. Beat him over the boundary line for a throw-in. Ticking up to quarter time here. Score check. St Mary's 2 goals straight. Wanderers 1-2. Not a high-scoring match. Not after what we saw earlier on with Waratahs beating Darwin 35-16 to 6-7. And then the match after that, Palmerston upset Nightcliff, came into the match unbeaten. Nightcliff Tigers. Palmerston beat them 18-12 to 16-11. Kick forward. Front position down there was Benjamin Rioli. Now he gets it. His second effort was really good. Punched it off the right boot. Iggy Vallejo front position. Got to it, then dropped it. Eagles from the half-back line. Chip it out wide. Oh, dropped the mark out there. That was Jackson. Just a scrambly old game of footy at the moment, isn't it? And a push in the back. That's going to be a Wanderers free kick. What can they make of this? Vassell, is it? Here he goes. And he might have just kept it in the field to play the mark taken by Prendergast from almost the impossible angle. Even Prendy couldn't kick it from there, Brad.
No, and I think he juggled the ball over the line, so the umpires paid it out of bounds.
Well, that's a fair result because he probably would have kicked out of bounds anyway.
Probably. Yeah.
That's unfair. There's a throw in alongside the boundary, alongside the behind post, right up against the boundary line. Kick out of the pack, a standing kick from the Eagles there. Was that? Sure, who was that? Mr.
Adam Cook.
Adam Cook missed it out to the right. There it is, lacklustre first quarter of footy from Marara Oval, but St Mary's holding sway. They kicked 2 goals, one to McFarlane and one to Kevin Tunderwatch, and for the Eagles just 1 goal to Troy Taylor. So a low scoring affair at quarter time. St Mary's leading by 4 points, 2 goals straight, leading the Eagles 1-2. Second quarter about to get underway. 1 goal to the Eagles. St Mary's 2 goals straight. A game that could open up at any moment. But so much at stake here. The ball being held up. Secondary ball up. We were talking about this a little earlier on when we weren't broadcasting, Brad, about this secondary and third ball ups that happened. We were trying to figure out a way to get around it, and in the end we said we shouldn't tamper with our game anymore. But it is a bit of an issue, isn't it, when you get 2 or 3 ball ups, one after the other.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously the bounce is an iconic part of the game that the AFL wants to keep in, and I guess that they've brought that rule back where the bounce isn't sufficient enough, that as Adam Cook takes a fantastic mark half forward, but yeah, if the bounce isn't good enough, they bring it back for a second crack, and yeah, I suppose it gives the umpires a bit of leeway, but it also holds the game up. So obviously there's arguments to both sides of the coin.
It was a good kick from Scrimgeour, wasn't it? Deep penetrating kick. His chance for the Eagles now. Cook at 50. He's got quite a good kick on him. We'll take it right to the goal square. Might have got it over the top. It was touched and through for a minor score. So the Eagles go to 1 goal 3. St Mary's 2 goal margin, just 3 points. And that looks like Anstess, is it bringing a ball, or Iggy Vallejo back deep in defence there? Rioli along the boundary line will go short in the direction of Collins, over his head towards the boundary line for a throw-in. Josh Lidgerwood, front position there for St Mary's. Not a big crowd on hand for an all-important match, but you don't get an idea really, because a lot of people are inside the stadium, aren't they? They're not sitting out in they chase the air conditioning, so
yeah, definitely.
It's a bit misleading.
Well, the way the weather's been up here of late, don't give them any. Don't worry about that.
It's kicked right across the face of goals. Eagles get back there, fisted away. Yeah, it's supposed to be the wet season, so if you're out there and you've got some control on bringing us some rain, can we please have it? We got a little bit last night, but normally this time of the year we get plenty of rain. We haven't had any. Yeah.
No, I definitely want more rain, especially when my power went out last night.
Oh, when that little storm was here?
Yes.
You don't need that. Here's Iggy Vallejo. They can link up now, and Shannon Rioli can bring it off the half-back line out towards the wing. This game is just starting to get going now. So starting to get a little bit of run. Going over the top of the footy, Dermot Tippenwoody. Iggy Vallejo got it. Tippenwoody's the backup. He gets to 50, had to unload it, gave it off to Josh Heath. He couldn't kick it from there. He went backwards to Tunderwatch, that goal kicker. He's a long way out, bangs it into within 25 metres of goal. Eagles have 2 players there. Ball goes to ground. They're not able to get to it. Now the handball comes out. It'll float inside 50. Well, that looked a little high, but it did finish up with Gordon. He can stand and deliver to the top of the goal square, and the bouncing ball will be cleared out by the Eagles here. Brendan Motlop on the last line of defence has brought the ball back into play. Kick out further. McKenzie McNamee under the right boot. Good kick. Scrimgeour takes the mark there in front of Shannon Rioli. What's your assessment of Shannon Rioli early stage of this second term?
Yeah, Shannon hasn't had much of an impact in this game. Last week he was on fire and he couldn't get enough of the ball. But this early stages of this game, he hasn't really had an impact the way you'd like. He's one of those blokes that light up St Mary's Football Club side as Jared Ellenson lays a clutch tackle inside the forward 50 and earns a holding the ball free kick for Wanderers. But yeah, going back to Shannon Rioli, he's one of those players that can really turn a game on its head through his pace and his skill, and he can turn on a sixpence, as you guys would say.
Back in the old days?
Back in the old days, in the old language. So
well, he doesn't have a 5 cent to turn on now, right? They're of no value.
No value now, but yeah, no, he's one of those guys that can definitely turn a game on his head as Jared Ellenson misses to the right.
Just a poor kick in a pressure game. You really got to convert those. Johnny Anstis to bring the ball back into play for Saints. Lights on here. Beautiful evening. Hot and miserable during the day, but when the sun goes down, it's terrific. Mark taken by Jack Long. When you say the name Long, of course, you instantly think of the great Michael Long, but there were 7 Long brothers that all played footy here and there all those years ago. Saints get the free kick. Ryan Smith.
It's almost a dynasty, that name, isn't it, with those players. So yeah, it's a lot of history there.
Kick up towards the wing. A pack emerges from a long way back. McFarlane put his name on it, got it, and then lost it in tackle and be penalised.
Yeah, no, he put the hand out, the old don't argue, and it didn't come off. And Brad Vassell held on for dear life there and got hold in the ball.
Here's Vassell. He'll go with a little toe poke, a little left foot stab kick out wide. Jackson back into the middle, and they can run forward now with Lamson, the man from who I thought was from Groots from Tennant Creek, as you told me. Knocked back in and almost getting to it there, Dermot Tippenwoody. Hanson. McNamee. He's from Wadair. And now it's in the hands of Mitchell Taylor. Gets on his bike and then kicked poorly and coughed it up and gave it to Lidgerwood. Lidgerwood in search of Collins has set him a bit of a task. He's got some leg speed, Collins. Look at Tunderwatch come very, very hard at Prendergast. He did it well too. Tunderwatch did very well. He ran from about 30 metres away to put Prendergast under pressure, and then it got it over the boundary line.
Yeah, skill errors from both teams here in switching the play from both sides. St Mary's trying to switch the play and play a skill error and dropping the mark, but also Wanderers with bad kicks going across. So if you're going across the ground, you need to spot your kicks up. You need to be spot on. So as the game's getting pretty heated here, Charlie, it's going to be interesting to see how both sides hold their heads.
Yeah, Robbie Hale involved in all of that, but the free kick is with Vassell. Another one running past him was Jackson. He ignored that. Then he goes off the left boot. He'll go deep into the pocket. He might want to mark down there, but he just can't get it. It's along the boundary line. Cruz is a handy player to have down there, David Cruz. That's him there, number 19. Gets it off the right boot. Would have been a miraculous goal. Kicked it off the outside of the right boot and hit the goal post.
Yeah, that was an old Ronnie Burns check side on the wrong side there. So yeah, nearly came off.
Lidgerwood is the searched player. Thompson, that old goose hunter, has been caught. And what's he done? He's coughed it up.
Yeah, he tried a goose step and it didn't work, Charlie.
McFarlane's been given a bit of a roving commission. He's gone backwards to Anstis. He'll just go right around the back line, work their way out of trouble here. Jack Long's kick, marked by Hale, or Anstis rather. Some spillage. And they're trying to work it in here through John Jackson. John Jackson now from outside 50 wants a mark. There's a rolling ball at the back, and running hard for it down there was Keelan Fijo for the Eagles. That's him there. That one player with 2 St Mary's players. He'll be another young player for the Eagles.
Yes, Keelan Fijo from Barunga. He played with the under-16s with Wanderers last year and is up playing with the under-18s this year. Very big raps on him, the Wanderers Football Club have, and he's one of those kids that will probably go through the under-18 Thunder program this year.
Josh Cabillo, what's the story with him? The great Wanderers player from the Premiership last year. Has commitments, of course, in the SANFL.
Yeah.
Has he been back this year at all?
Josh was due to play this week, was overseas, however, issues with transport and logistics. He was unable to make it to Darwin.
Wanderers are lining up here now. Aaron Motlop with the ball in the middle. Thompson urges him on. And then he goes on the long kick to the pocket. That's put in good position. They've dropped the mark down there. Eagles should have got it. They didn't, but now they're onto the loose ball, and the handball comes out by Dunn. Kicked quite a few goals, Dunn. He's been a handy player down there also, Jerry Wilson. And Eagles again just not capitalising on that. They had possession and plenty of it. They've coughed it up. Saints have it. Short kick into the hands there of Bice. Got rid of the Wanderers player. Went up to Hale. Hale went a little further to Tunderwatch. Tunderwatch went searching up for Iggy Vallejo. He did pretty well too. He got around Dos Rios. Then went hard at the footy. Tough play from him. He hit John Bonson hard. And then they emerged, Saints, with the footy here. They've done pretty well. Alan May to Dion Gordon. Dion Gordon with a handball across. Here's a chance for Sharp. Nailed at the 50-metre line and over the boundary line. Ooh, it's tough out there. And he's getting a little upset there. Here's Alan May. He's coughed up 50 metres. You don't do that, Alan?
Yeah, Alan May, obviously a young fella. I think number 24, Callum Sharp, obviously a youth in the side. And Alan May going into bat for him there when a tough tackle taken by Mitch Taylor there.
That's the shortest 50 I've ever seen in my life. That was about 30.
But yeah, Alan May just needs to cool his head there.
Into the hands here of Troy Taylor's kicked Wanderers' only goal. Saints squeezing this defence here. Wanderers need to find something in a hurry. Jared Erlandson up to the goal square. Saints players get back in defence. They might have pulled a free kick out of this. Johnny Anstess is going to get it. Tunderwatch retrieves for him. And from the last line of defence, Johnny Anstess to relieve the pressure for Saints. You never write Saints off, do you? I mean, they're down and out, and yet they're not at full strength, and yet they're giving Wanderers plenty to worry about tonight. Here's McNamee, one way and then the other. He's in trouble, had to get rid of it. Might come back to him and give him a second chance. His persistence makes him a good player, but his kick wasn't a good one. Coughed it up. Dion Gordon wins it in the middle. Josh Heath offers, gets the lead, takes the mark. Iggy Vallejo.
Both sides, Charlie, are really hurting each other at the moment, and St Mary's got a lot open here.
Gordon, they ran down, see, and that man McFarlane, someone has to be responsible for him, don't they? You just don't let Peter McFarlane wander down one side of the ground. He's got inside 50 and he should never be allowed to be down there. He's going to have a shot from almost directly out in front. He can put Saints out to a good lead. It's only a point the difference. Wanderers have had plenty of it, 6 shots to 2. 1 goal, 5 the Eagles. St Mary's 2 goals straight. Ball in the hands of Peter McFarlane. That's the 50-metre line there. Drops it nicely, kicks that goal, and he's missed it out to the left. Kicked it behind.
Yeah, crucial skill errors from Wanderers. James McNamee usually so good with the ball. Obviously, coming off Christmas break and hasn't really. I don't think he's really done a hell of a lot. And his skill errors there in both instances were quite crucial in dropping an easy chest mark and also just a lazy left foot kick.
Bonson goes deep with this zone defence and finds Prendergast some 55 metres out from goal, so it was a good deep kick. And they've coughed it up straight away, straight into the hands of Collins. He's had a bit of it, Collins, hasn't he? Tunderwatch. Acrobatics from him. Second effort was almost worth giving him the mark, but his second effort was good. Here's Rioli banging away and missing out to the right. He might have just landed it in the field of play. It is going to be a throw in just about 5 metres around from the behind post.
Yeah, Ryan Prendergast there on the outer side trying to go for the 2 big, long, booming kick. He just needs to sort of lower his eyes a little bit more and look for probably a spot-on option. Just turning the ball over just before the half-forward line is just not conducive to good footy. And
there's a snapshot. What's happened here? There's a whistle. It's going to be a free kick to the Wanderers here.
Shane Thompson got front spot in the ruck contest there and was just a nudge in the back, I think.
So we've gone, about 14 minutes of this second term. Wanderers trailed 1-2 to 2 goals at quarter time. It's now 2 goals, 1 St Mary's. Wanderers 1-5. So the Eagles have kicked 3 points. Saints have kicked it behind. It's a low scoring match, isn't it?
Yeah, low scoring match, but I think it's as a result of just the scrappiness of the way the ball's being moved up and down the ground. It's not being moved with any fluency at all from either team. No team's really found their niche in the game just yet. So
it's a beautiful kick forward there by Vassell. Gave a real good chance to Campbell. Warramaba goes along the boundary line, wants his teammate up there in Troy Taylor. Caught with the footy, and has he lost it? He's going to get 50 as well.
Yeah, Ben Rioli just sucked him in there, and Troy Taylor just needs to cool his jets. Again, a little bit of feeling coming into the game, but if Wanderers continue to lose their cool, they're not going to go any further in this match.
Rioli chips to the middle. Another touch for Luke Collins. The more I see him, the more I like him. Saints go back to the middle. Here he is again. Steps around, gets away from Troy Taylor. Deep kick. McFarlane there. Bonson with him as well. Bonson did pretty well. And Eagles still can't put together 2 or 3 good possessions, can they, to hold it up? They're desperate for the footy. In goes Dunn to do some of the work. He got caught. And it's a high tackle. Lanson's going to get the free kick. So Ash Lanson to the middle. Nice kick from him into the hands of Seaton. Right in the centre circle. And he elects to take him on and give it to Vassell. Vassell can go long. Where's Prendergast? There with his hands at the footy. No crummers for the Eagles.
There it is.
There it is. That's the goal they were waiting for. Was that Taylor?
I think it was Campbell Warramaba there. Just waiting it down and just waiting down for the fall of the ball. And I think it was Campbell in the bright yellow boots down there.
Indeed it was. So Campbell Warramaba. It's taken Wanderers a quarter and 15 minutes to kick their second goal. Would you believe it?
Yeah, it's been a tough slog for them. But as Jack Long, or is it Kevin Tarnawatch, again baiting Troy Taylor,
and he's coughed the ball up.
And Kevin Tarnawatch has lost out on this occasion, I think.
Well, he's done that a couple of times. We've seen him do that. He just needs to cool it down, doesn't he?
Yeah, Kevin's got a history of that, and it's one of the things that Damien Hale probably wouldn't like about his game.
Troy Taylor's kick wants McNamee. Gee's recovery was terrific. Took him on. Scrimgeour back to McNamee. He couldn't control it. He lost it and gave Anstess a chance. Punched it out wide. Dropping back, taking the mark there, John Jackson. I don't think I've seen a game this year where teams have kicked to the opposition so many times. That had to be coughed. That had to be handed over there, so that wasn't one of them. Here's Iggy Vallejo with the ball. Cruises through the corridor. Comes up towards the half-forward line. Wants McFarlane. McFarlane looking for the footy. Tried to tap it back and link it up with Willie Rioli. It's a very famous name. Here's Vallejo. Chips for Josh Heath. He's got it. He got away, Josh Heath, cleverly. The man, Seaton, was responsible for Josh Heath, but he couldn't stop him. It was clever play by Vallejo to get it in, and Josh Heath is within kicking distance. His team is down by 4 points, and there's a little bit of a scuffle going on behind play. And I reckon the two runners might have got into a little bit of push and shove there, did they? Underwatch it is, who's just hot. And do you know what Saints ought to do? They should send him off and give him a rest. Because the umpire's going... Saints had a chance to kick a goal here. And I think Troy Taylor's going to come off with a blood rule. He was getting monstered on the ground. Meanwhile, at the other end of the ground, Saints have gone in and kicked a goal.
Yeah, again, Tarnawatch and Taylor, I don't think we've seen the end of that, Charlie, unfortunately. It's one of those instances that probably could mar the night. But, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that one pans out, because it's only just close to half-time. So be interesting to see how that one pans out. And, yeah, the runners both got involved there. So, again, there'll be something to look at there. Yeah,
there's a bit of push and shove between the two runners.
I think the Wanderers runner probably got involved when he shouldn't have, trying to tear one of them off the other, and then the St Mary's runner came in. as it really gets physical out there now, Charlie.
It's a tough old game. Ball will go out towards the boundary. It's not the job of the runner to pull anybody off out there.
No, and runners aren't allowed to touch any player apart from their own. So if that runner was adjudged to have touched somebody else, then obviously penalties will apply.
Might have a case to answer for. John Jackson. Iggy Vallejo merges with the footy out on the wing. Saints looking really, really good here. McFarlane got high to the footy. Bonson is with him. Stalemate, ball goes over the boundary line. So Saints back in front, 3 goals 1 to 2 goals 5, a couple of points to margin, 19 plays 17, 20 minutes gone second term. This is round 13 of the NTFL, early winners, Tars over Darwin, and Palmerston upset the unbeaten Nightcliff in the match before this one. Tomorrow the Tiwi Bombers play here against Southern Districts. Josh Heath there kicked the goal short time ago with that footy. And the other busy man, Luke Collins for St Mary's, sees it over the boundary line. Now this is deep down in the forward line for the Saints. They're about 20 metres around from their goals. Deep in the forward pocket. Good throw in by the boundary umpire. Whistle's gone in it, little push out. It's going to be a St Mary's free kick. McFarlane. Why would you push Peter McFarlane? You wouldn't want to go near him, would you? Go just eyes on the footy. He's
a big unit, and I've actually had the pleasure of actually playing on him when I first moved up here. So yeah, definitely know how big he is when he's on the field, and he definitely makes his presence felt. And when he's out there as well, he throws his weight around quite a bit.
Now he missed the set shot a short time ago, but he's normally a very reliable kick. He goes with this one. He's hit the post. Disappointed. 2 set shots. Result 2 minor scores. Shane Thompson kicks to himself and then goes out towards the pocket. Risky play by the Eagles, but you might as well go to Vassell. He's got a big chest aim out. Big strong player he is. Where did he play? SANFL? Was he in the SANFL? Was he a South Australian?
Yeah, Brad Vassell played with Sturt last year and has moved up, and he's playing with NT Thunder this year, has since signed.
So Thunder, the premiers, can't wait to see them play. Here's Scrimgeour. Delays the handball, gave it to the running player going forward. Down there was Cook. Hasn't had much of it, Cook, yet. Saints have all the answers down here in defence. They're just scrambling Wanderers. No system for Wanderers. Off hands through for a behind. That's the best Wanderers can get out of it. So just 5 goals kicked in the match at the 21-minute mark of the second term. So Mary's 3-2, Wanderers 2-6, 2 points the difference.
Yeah, you called it well there, Charlie. There's no system to the way Wanderers are progressing the ball forward down the ground. It's more of a kick and hope exercise. There's no real system in the way that they're running the ball. It just seems to be as though every player is sort of playing each play as it comes rather than trying to set something systematic up.
Hayden Hill's kick towards the wing. Recovery best there by Jack Long. Got it. Went backwards. Dion Gordon was his target. Josh Heath comes in with the assist. Heath steps to what a magnificent step from the little man. And he pumps it up inside the forward line. That's a great mark. Had to be taken. He committed himself, Brenton Motlop. He took a good mark. Now the whistle's gone. It's going to be a kick downfield, I reckon.
50 metres.
50 metre to Brenton Motlop. I think Saints have given away at least 3 50-metre penalties in this match.
That was a better 50-metre penalty from the umpire there, I think.
Yeah, that was about 40, that one. So he's getting there. This drops in no man's land. From the boundary line, John Jackson. Good mark taken, strong mark taken, Adam Cook. Now he goes right into the goal square. That's a good kick. Oh, he did it well, didn't he? This is Fijo.
Yeah, Keelan Fijo is trying to sneak around there for about 10 yards. I think he's going to have to work a little bit harder than that to kick his goal, but this is what the young fellas practice these days.
Yeah, and James Grabsky, who's done not a lot in this match, was he policed that mark very well. Here's the kick. He's just managed to get a behind out of it. And so he gets Wanderers now within a point. 2-7 to 3-2. It's going to be this sort of match, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's just a match that seems to be going nowhere in a hurry at the moment. But both teams obviously working really hard to get the ball in their forward line. There's no production out of either forward line at the moment producing results.
J.A., Johnny Anstis. Good measured kick. It's Tunderwatch. He must have been thinking, where's Scrimger, who's probably got his name in his front of his mind. Well, there it is to half-time. It's been a tough old encounter between two teams desperate for a win. Was 4 points the difference at quarter time. St Mary's 2 goals to Wanderers 1-2. Now at half time, St Mary's hold the slenderest of leads. 3 goals 2 to 2 goals 7. Just 1 point in at goal kickers. Kevin Tunderwatch, Peter McFarlane and Josh Heath all have singles for St Mary's. And for Wanderers, Troy Taylor has a goal and Campbell Warramaba has a goal. So half time here in this round 13 match at Marara Oval in Darwin. It's St Mary's leading by 1 point against the reigning premier. St Mary's 3-2 lead Wanderers 2 goals 7. Second half about to get underway here. Game very much up for grabs. 3 goals to St Mary's, leading Wanderers 2-7. See if we can get some more goals for you. We'll try our best. I want to say hello to Dave Muller, former Wanderers Premiership player. Where is he? Contact us from Hobart or something. He's tuned in.
Jeez, it'd be bloody cold down there. Big hello to you, David. Hopefully the Wanderers can get up for you tonight.
Well, they'd love to have you here playing at centre half back or full back or somewhere. Anyway, there's a ball up in the middle again. Hale's in there amongst all of that. Christopher Dunn hasn't, number 6 there, you see him for the Eagles, very damaging player, hasn't got his hands on the footy much tonight. Scrimgeour goes in, comes out with it, then didn't get clear with it. There's a high tackle there, and the umpires picked it out. And it might be Shannon Rioli, gives it off to Luke Collins. Again, I'll say I'm impressed with his performance tonight. He's been a very good player, kicks it out wide. Rolling ball towards the boundary line, Bonson gets it. Left foot kicking up and under. A lot of hope on that Hale in front position. Vassell knocked it away from him. And now the Eagles can win it and bring it back to the edge of the corridor front position. Good strong mark taken. Dermot Tipton-Woody spears it inside 50, knocked away. Eagles have players at the fall of the ball. Can they get it out? Oh, took a big risk there, Brendan Motlop. You're going to be penalised. But they played on, and the Eagles will get the advantage from all of that and bring it out wide now and run it up towards the wing. Getting in the way though, hands on the footy was Grabsky. Straightened up, Wanderers again mucked up that chance.
There's one down inside the 50 as well, and St Mary's going to try and take advantage of it.
Shannon Rioli's kick to the 50-metre line. St Mary's have half a dozen players here. Can they get the ball on boot and kick? Snapshot there by Willie Rioli. Hit the post, kicked to behind. I think that's the third time we've seen the post hit tonight.
Yeah, post. I'm not quite sure who's down there. We'll see if we can get a close-up on him. Pick that player.
It's a Wanderers player. It's not Bonson, is it?
Yeah, could be Bonson. He's hurt his knee at the start of the year, and again, crucial player for the Wanderers Football Club. And it looks like Johnny Bonson. So that's going to play a big part in the outcome of this game.
Real blow for the Eagles if their chief defender is coming off. He's in the hands of the trainers. So if we can get a camera on him. There's the ball in the goal square. Waiting to bring it out is Shane Thompson.
Yeah, Johnny Bonson.
Bonson indeed. And that's a knee problem by the look of it.
Yeah, he had a bruised knee or some strain early on in the season. He missed, I think, second game of the season. He did it, and yeah, he missed 8 games. So yeah, going to hurt the Wanderers in their quest for a finals berth if he's no good, which is not looking good at this stage.
Well, McFarlane will be happy. I can tell you what, he'll shake the shackles of Johnny Bonson. Here's the kick coming out by Shane Thompson. Jerry Wilson, back pocket for the Eagles. Took a bit of a risk. Well, I remember coach saying to me once, Brad, the biggest risk in football is no risk at all. So you just got to simply take the risk. Here's the kick towards the wing. Eagles' front position down there was David Cruz. Tackle from behind was Brad Vassell for the Eagles. Pack forms over the top of this. Ryan Smith goes in, waiting for it to come out, and they've held it up. So the umpire to ball it up here, early stages of the second half. 2 goals, 7 plays, 3-3. 2 points the margin for St Mary's. Ryan Smith's tapped down, overrunning the footy. Vassell for the Eagles. Then he punched it out, and the umpire's picked out a free kick. It's going to be a St Mary's free kick. Luke Collins gets another one. And Rioli on the run from behind. Cleverly done too, Benny Rioli. Takes the mark in the corridor and then loads up. Thumps it inside 50. McFarlane went over the top of the pack. Gordon went looking for the footy for Saints. Second effort good. Step back, touched it down, lost his footing. Went in the direction of McFarlane and Iggy Vallejo. Vallejo gets it, unloads back. Little kick around the corner here from Lidgerwood out wide. Dion Gordon has it at 50s along the boundary line. There must be 100 players out there. You just can't get any space. Yeah,
definitely a congested forward line for St Mary's as Wanderers pressed right up. And Lidgerwood, I think.
Yep. Josh Lidgerwood
managed to find a good 10-metre square patch where he can rest himself, and yeah, Dion Gordon spots him up. Ryan Smith
from outside 50. He says, I can kick the distance, and he blazes away. Big pack in the goal square. Rush through for a behind. I reckon Lidgerwood. I watched him kick earlier on. He's not a bad kick. He just about would have got that himself. So score check here. Saints out to 3 goals 4. Wanderers 2-7. Anyone who can kick 2 unanswered goals probably win the footy match, Brad.
Yeah, definitely, Charlie. It's going to come down to who can get some production out of their forward line. The ball seems to be getting in for both forward lines at various stages. It's just a matter of getting someone to put the ball through the big sticks.
Long stop McNamee, and then Benny Rioli got it. Ball up towards the half-forward line. Lidgerwood goes along the boundary line with it. Came off hands. Did it from Mitchell Taylor. The umpire says he'll throw it in.
It's like Kevin Tarnawatch is trying to stir the pot again out there, and he's getting the desired response as well.
You don't fall for it, do you, these days? Big punch away, Brad Vassell.
I think that's one issue that Wanderers consistently have over the years is their discipline, and I think teams generally play on that. If they can ruffle them and put them off their game, a lot of clubs generally try to stir them up to physical pressure.
Well, the Eagles playing for their survival here, playing for their life. They're outside the 5. They're the reigning premiers. They beat this team, St Mary's, last year in a terrific game in the grand final. And their start to the season's been ordinary, but they're on the back of 3 straight wins. They had a terrific win against Waratahs, didn't they, a couple of weeks ago?
And Southern Districts last week.
And then Southern Districts last week. So they're 3 in a row. They want that momentum. I was talking to Paul Motlop, their coach today. He said momentum's so very important for the Eagles. This is the game they really want more than anything. Well, this is the game they simply have to win, because if they lose, they're out of the running. Here they go forward again. Streaming kick, a little late push. This is rolling towards a goal. This is going to go all the way.
Jerry Wilson,
you beauty. A little bit of magic required. And Wilson delivered for them.
Yeah, Jerry Wilson, great movement of the ball. Duncan Seaton took the mark and saw Jerry Wilson streaming on the outside and just sat the ball in front of him and let him run onto it. Jerry did have Troy Taylor in about 15 metres of space. Decided to go for goal, and I'm glad he kicked it, because Troy Taylor was definitely looking back at him with a case of disdain, because he was so far in the open. But yeah, good on the young fella from, I think he's from Maningrida, Jerry, and has done a fantastic job in getting that crucial goal for the Wanderers.
Well, might be the first time Wanderers have been in front. They're out by 3 points, 3-7 to 3-4. Can they get a couple in a row here? Stapleton got in the way, always makes it hard. Eagles starting to just work their way into some space here, but was spoilt by Iggy Vallejo. Stapleton went around the corner. Vallejo again links back with Stapleton, then into the hands there of Grabsky. Grabsky left it behind. Eagles have got it. They're responding. Wanderers now kick inside 50. 2 to beat here for the Eagles. They get to the footy. Oh, they've got a player loose down there. Might have been Cruz. They just couldn't get it. Adam Cook out to him, and they've coughed up a free kick. Saints have got it in defence now. Benny Rioli back in the back pocket. Ryan Smith will be the target. The big man has to stand and wait. Oh, the opposite number 20, McKenzie, came hard at him, put him under pressure, comes out to Aaron Motlop, wins the footy, go forward again. Benny Rioli, who's been outstanding tonight, wins it again. Once Hale got him to with a nice kick. Terrific mark taken there by Robbie Hale. Onto the right boot he goes. Saints respond just as Wanderers started to lift the tempo. It's in the hands now of Bice. Bice goes forward, wants McFarlane as it hands to the footy, left it behind. Thompson wants it, couldn't pick it up. Thompson's second effort good, hard for the footy. He just knocked Hale out the way. Oh, he did beautifully, Thompson, but then he couldn't get clear. He gave the handball to Heath. Josh Heath chips to the middle, off hands Tunderwatch. Eagles lifting here now. Handball comes back to Dos Rios. Wanderers on the charge. They're defensive of the centre circle. They've kicked it out wide. Jackson's got it now. Jackson comes off the wing, pumps it long. Eagles with numbers here. They want the mark. Oh, they went high for the footy. Troy Taylor didn't get it. Bounced off his chest. Ball towards the boundary line. Taylor got to it. Came back into McNamee. McNamee straightens it up. He's got a bouncing ball. He's got a player running at it. Ryan Smith couldn't get to it. Benny Rioli saves the day again. Oh, he's a lifesaver for the Saints. Look at him, has the audacity to take a couple of bounces in the presser match. Drops it onto the right boot. Goes searching for Iggy Vallejo. Finds him out on the wing. Pumps it across the centre. Long kick for him. Finds Josh Heath in some space, who must have run 100 metres to get him down, get himself down there. Bice runs into space. No Eagle wants to go to him. Bice can have a shot from here. Lines up from inside 50. bangs away and misses out to the left and kicks it behind. Exhilarating footy from the Saints after Wanderers laid it down to them. Saints responded thanks to some terrific work in defence by one Benjamin Rioli.
Yeah, Ben Rioli, again, the audacity, like you say, to bounce. He's got such confidence as a 17-year-old, but Justin Boyce should have done a hell of a lot better there. He was under no pressure. Should have probably taken a couple more steps and settled and slot the goal through at goalpost height. But yeah, again, up the other end, Wanderers probably a little bit wasteful. John Jackson probably needed to lower his eyes. He had James McNamee about 10 metres in space.
Couple of points in it. Kick here for McNamee, starting to get involved in the footy. Jackson wants to be part of it. McNamee goes now with his kick forward. That's a hopeful kick. And St Mary's respond with a handball back to Ryan Smith, and then further back to Aidan Hill. He goes with the kick out towards the wing. Wants Tunderwatch, has front position. Tunderwatch did very well. Won the footy on the charge. Got into space. And Saints bring it to the corridor. Vallejo gets to Thompson. Gordon got him a little late. Kick to Robbie Hale. Gathered on the bounce. Went to ground. Dion Gordon one way and then the other onto the left boot. William Rioli, rather it was, to the top of the square. Wanderers under some fearful pressure here now. Handball comes out. Adam McKenzie. Ball towards the boundary line. It's going to go over. Just as well, Wanderers were saved there by the wide line.
Yeah, St Mary's again had Iggy Vallejo about 10 metres in the clear, and the kick fell short and into the hand of the Wanderers Footy Club. Both clubs just skill errors letting them down, Charlie, and going in both directions.
Well, they're feeling the pressure of the match, I reckon, Brad. Here's the tap down. Wanderers can get it. Hope kick forward. Lidgerwood, who just came on, jumping over the top of him. Vassell. Gee, the mismatch and experience there, I can tell you. Vassell did pretty well. Stolen, though, cleverly done. Dermot Tippenwoody. He goes backwards into the hands here of Jack Long. Goes even further back. Go to the man of the moment. And Benjamin Rioli goes across to centre half back. Spillage from Grabsky. Ball left on the ground. I can hear a whistle. Wanderers going to get the free kick. Might be Lanson. Lanson for the Eagles in the middle is going to get the free kick.
Needs to move it quick here while the forward line's open.
Can pump it down. One man wants it more than anyone else. He's taken a very strong mark, James McNamee. He's lifted this side many times in past games. He worked very hard in this last few minutes. He's down there now within goal kicking distance, and he can stretch the lead for the Eagles. They're out by 2 points. 3-7 plays 3-5. 10 minutes gone, third term. Ball in the hands of James McNamee.
Yeah, credit needs to be going to Adam Cook there, who was on the lead and could have definitely cleaned up James McNamee, but just held back to give him that space to take the mark, and James slides the ball across the face.
Well,
disappointing behind, Charlie.
Yeah, it was a terrible kick from him, really, from an experienced player. He should have kicked a goal because Saints can punish them now. They'll get the run forward. Dion Gordon wins it. Goes searching down there, and a good mark taken by Saints to Iggy Vallejo. Round the corner he goes. Look at that. That's great vision, isn't it? To set this up in the forward line. Saints on the rebound here. They often do this. Wanderers had a chance to kick a goal, stretch the lead. They might surrender the lead here. They're out by 3 points. 26 plays 23. Going to back this. It's going to miss to the near side. It's going to miss everything.
That's the whole lot. Not sure who had the shot out there. Probably top of the square. Probably should have been a better option.
I just reckon players are feeling the pressure here tonight on the match.
Definitely, Charlie. I think there's definitely some sort of urgency from both clubs that is definitely causing some mistakes, and as we probably see another one.
Wanderers just can't get that free-flowing footy going.
Yeah, here we go.
Here's a chance straight into the hands here of Dunn. Dunn can pump it up wide. Whoa! Big climb at the back. Just couldn't pull in the mark. And they've left it behind, and Saints on the rebound now through Aidan Hill. You want those to stick, don't you?
Oh, definitely. He definitely got up. There was just no one down for the Wanderers there. Big long kick in. You need your small forwards like Duncan Seed and Aaron Motlop. There's no one to be seen.
Tunderwatch doing some hard work. McKenzie. Erlinson. The Wanderers have another go here. They can run this down through Ashley Lanson.
And I know this boy's quick.
He's got some space. He was confronted by Gordon. Then he tried to go inside 50 with it. The kick wasn't good enough and made it easy picking for Aidan Hill, who went out towards the wing with it. Eagles will get there first through Jared Erlinson. He had some support out there with him, Mitchell Taylor. Ball over the boundary line for a throw in under the scoreboard, which reads 3 goals 8 to 3-5. Eagles in front by just the 3 points.
Definitely the pressure getting to both sides, and I think both sides got a couple of young players in their team that some of their skill errors are letting them down, and probably the only acceptance to the rule out there is Ben Rioli.
They will go forward now, Saints. Ball drops a little short and picked up, cleverly picked up there, beautifully picked up by Sharp. Thompson thought of going one way, then went the other, not sure why. He didn't have anyone out on the right-hand side, that's why, and then he had to go to the left and kick it out of bounds.
Yeah, he's done well to get away with not deliberate. Doesn't matter how far it goes down the boundary line these days.
Yeah.
He didn't really kick it to anybody, but the umpire gave him benefit of the doubt.
Here's the throw-in. Saints in attack.
Oh, here we go.
Saints persistence. Right across the face and out of bounds on the full. Gee. We saw the earlier game, Palmerston and Nightcliff. Players were kicking goals from anywhere and everywhere. Not in this game. Pressure is too great. Campbell Warramaba has it in the back pocket. Gives it off to Seaton. Seaton for the Eagles. Half back. Front of where the Wanderers dugout is. McNamee read it beautifully. He took a very strong mark. He read that better than Grabsky. And then he kicked poorly and kicked it out of bounds on the full. What is going on out there?
Yeah, very disappointing from James. He probably prides himself on his disposal, and he's definitely a better football player than that, but I think definitely his conditioning is not where he was this time last year, Charlie.
It's under watch. Rioli, the running half-back flanker or back pocket player. So he runs 20 or 30 metres and then kicks it another 30 metres upfield, so he gets 60 metres plus. Gave it to Collins. Dion Gordon knocked away. Who backs up? Outstanding performance from Ben Rioli. Wins it and goes forward. The kick not good enough though, dropping back. Good mark taken in defence there by Prendergast. Wants Vassell. Oh, Vassell had a chance and lost it. He might be asked to pay for it here. Little short kick in. This makes it very difficult. Gordon's got it.
Yeah, the kick from Prendergast, while it was a good clearing kick, just didn't have enough on it and had to be spot on because it was two St Mary's just sweating on him there. And young Willie Rioli.
It is Willie. I called him Gordon, but it is Willie Rioli.
Young Willie Rioli. There's plenty of them out there, the Rioli family.
Stutters a bit, then runs in and then spears at it and misses. Kicks it behind.
I think, Willie there just needs to probably run straight at the goals. You saw him go in a bit of a hook and he's pulled the kick around and... Oh, geez, a bit of a
What's
comedy.
Thompson doing down there?
I don't know.
Oh, gee. That was a good mark. That's a courageous mark.
Edson Dos Rios.
Been all right too, Dos Rios. Wanderers have relied on him a bit.
With Bonson going down, he's probably the next tallest player down back half, so he's going to have to do a mountain of work in this second half if they're going to, or this last sort of quarter and a bit to keep themselves out of trouble.
Eagles have done well without Bonson, haven't they? Want Aaron Motlop to get more of the footy. He's doing a lot of running back there. Haven't seen him with the ball in his hands much, and that's what the Eagles want. That's a good, strong mark taken. Out there. Adam Cook. Here's Scrimgeour. Now, the distance not a problem for him. He can kick that distance easy, James Scrimgeour. He's not
Aaron
confident.
Motlop.
Nah, that's what you want. He's run down and put himself in the perfect position, Aaron Motlop. Big kick in the context of this game. Low scoring affair. 3-8 plays 3-6. Wanderers have kicked the only goal of this third term to Jerry Wilson. They can make it a 2-goal quarter as we go to about the 19-minute mark. Aaron Motlop, one of those rare players to have played 3 premierships in the 1 year.
Yeah, I tell you what, he had a cracking year last year and a Cheney medal to add to it too, Charlie.
That's right.
But yeah, he's one of those players that really needs to step up for the Wanderers if they're going to win this game.
He has to kick this. He goes for goal, and I reckon he's just got it in. He has. Aaron Motlop kicks the goal. Just what Wanderers needed. They worked very, very hard to get themselves in position. And 2 goals for this quarter. It's been a pretty good effort.
I think the amount of energy it's taking both sides to keep, and the amount of time the ball's in contested possession, and it's not going over the boundary line a hell of a lot. It's not stopping play, so it's definitely going to play an impact in who's going to be conditioned the most out of both of these sides. Who's going to be fitter, because there hasn't been too many stop plays, so they haven't had a chance to recoup their energies, build their batteries back up again. So it's going to be interesting to see, especially in the last quarter, who's got the most legs in the tank.
Usually what Saints do here is respond really quickly and get the goal back. Wanderers have to be aware of that, don't they? That back line has to be extra tight, and they've got to get the ball out of the middle, and that's exactly what they've done. Thumping kick forward from Mackenzie. Bouncing ball. Chance here. They do wait at the back. Clever little handball given out by Troy Taylor. And then the kick will come back in the way. Hayden Hill has been solid. Cook's given away the free kick, is he? Hayden Hill was always going to get it, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was always going to get it, but it was touched off the boot. That's why Cook came through with a little bit of aggression, I think.
Ton to watch.
Wanderers just need to pick up here and not let St Mary's get the ball down too fast and too easy.
Shannon Rioli. Wing, Ryan Smith, the big ruckman. Holding possession here, Saints. Patient. Looking. They've got Shannon Rioli on the run again. Goes down the corridor. He's in 20 metres of space. No one committed to him yet. He's still in the middle. Aaron Motlop's got an eye on him. And so Saints have decided not to go to him. And they'll kick it out wide, and Wanderers will be there in numbers. Kick comes back. Front position, the Eagles parked underneath it. Adam McKenzie could have marked it, didn't. Got a high tackle over the top and another high tackle. He's got to get a free kick. Yeah. The umpire didn't see the first one, he definitely saw the second.
Adam McKenzie's, again, he's had his work cut out for him in the ruck tonight, and I think the Wanderers will be very happy with his outcomes tonight against Ryan Smith, who's probably one of the best ruckmen in the competition.
Vassell took it forward for them. Eagles want a big mark here. Are they going to get it? No one at the fall of the ball for the Eagles. Where are they? Too far back, Wanderers players. You need crummers, don't you? Risky kick here by Bice. Work for him. Hayden Hill's been good. Really solid. Linking up alongside Benny Rioli back there. And John Anstess, they're solid. Anstess wins it. Dermot Tippenwoody takes the mark there in front of Dos Rios. Goes at right angles. Stapleton. Plenty on offer. Out wide again, Benny Rioli. He's knocking up getting kicks, isn't he? Half-back flank. There's be 6 or 7 marks in a row here, and they still get him. Shannon Rioli gets it short of the wing. He's on the grandstand side. 21 minutes gone, third term. Oh, gee. Rioli, Motlop, brother. If you take him on like that, you're in trouble. You can't do it. You're going to be penalised. And Saints are going to keep the pressure on here. Josh Heath likes monstering people 3 times his side. Siren beats him. Not much in the quarter. Wanderers take a very handy break in at three-quarter time. 4 goals, 8 to 3-6. Stay with us for a thrilling last quarter in front of us in this round 13 match. Wanderers simply have to win to keep their finals hopes alive. I remind you, they are the reigning premiers, and they're playing the team they beat in the grand final last year. Saints can afford to lose if you like, because they'll stay in the 5. If Wanderers lose, their chances for the year are gone. Let's check the goal kickers to three-quarter time for Wanderers. Wilson has 1, Aaron Motlop 1, Troy Taylor 1, and Campbell Warramaba has 1, and all singles for St Mary's as well. Josh Heath a goal, Peter McFarlane a goal, and Kevin Tunderwatch a goal. Three-quarter time here, round 13 of the NTFL. Wanderers in front, just 4 goals, 8. St Mary's 3-6. Last quarter just about to get underway. The margin 8 points. The Marys led by 4 points at quarter time, a point at half time. Wanderers kicked 2 goals in that telling third term to 4 points, and they've taken the lead out to 8 points. It's probably the biggest lead in the match. Terrific game, and we've got about less than half an hour to determine whether Wanderers will continue to try and get themselves a spot in the finals this year. Their finals hopes are on the line over the next half an hour here. Kick out of the middle, running first to it there was Ryan Smith, didn't get it. Handball came Luke Stapleton. Punching kick. Wanderers equal to the task. Aaron Motlop, what do they do with him? Take the punt and roll him forward and leave him up the half-back line. He can play anywhere. It was a good smothering effort. Ton to watch. Got to the ball. That was a heavy tackle on Lidgerwood. The youngster gets up, takes it all in his stride and gives it to Hale. Robbie Hale. Thompson got it, and then Fuller run, and he can look up and see Erlinson. That's the direction he goes, and he finds Jared Erlinson. Who he wanted to go to Vassal, just didn't have enough horsepower on it. Free kick though. Vassal's going to get it. They jumped all over him on the ground. You can look out wide. He's got David Cruz way out here in front of us, and now he goes a little shorter. Keeps it inside 50. Now where's Cruz? He's still loose. Ton to watch, has his eye on him. Motlop gets to the ball. Aaron Motlop has it. Cross half back for the Eagles. 4-8 to 3-6. Another goal from Wanderers. And mark drop there, really should have been taken. Adam Cook. He got the runner going past Dos Rios. McNamee, front position. Ball lands on the ground, cleverly done by Collins. Caught high, gets the free kick. You okay with the free kick?
I thought it was pretty fair, but obviously he might have just slipped over the shoulder there. But
Dion Gordon's strong body. They didn't. He stood off him.
Vassal's just ran through the mark there and given away a 50-metre penalty.
Oh, that's a terrible blow. He's got his hands in the air. Well, that's what he did. You can't do that.
Yeah, it's a bit nonchalant. I think he was sort of in that area where the mark was taken and could have gone one way, could have gone the other, and just went straight through, and unfortunately kicked the other way.
So Gordon's going to get it.
But Gordon, yeah, I'll back him in from this, Charlie. He's a beautiful kick of the footy.
He is. That's a 45-degree angle. He'll kick from about 25 metres, so the distance, no problem. The angle, no problem. Just the pressure of the kick, the only thing he has to deal with. What's that lying in front of him there, that red and white thing? Oh, well, he's not distracted by it. Unless it moves, and it doesn't. Gordon goes for goal, strikes it nicely, hits it sweetly, kicks the goal. Gee, bad error by the Eagles. Gordon pulls the goal back. First goal of the final term, and Saints climb back to within 2 points. Now,
crucial goal there from Dion Gordon. He's been playing up forward tonight. Obviously, St Mary's without a few of their key forwards, Brent LeCras and the likes, not about, and Dion Gordon's probably playing a makeshift forward role. He's played a lot of his football across the half-back line, and again, making use of himself up forward tonight, which he seems to be doing okay at.
No multiple goal kickers in the match. Saints try to scramble it forward after Ryan Smith did the good ruck work. Motlop did well to get the footy. Gave the handball off to McKenzie. Lifting, thumping kick down. Scrimgeour gets there. He can kick this. He can answer for the Eagles here. James Scrimgeour. Similar angle, similar distance to what we saw Dion Gordon contend with just a few seconds ago. And he needs the maximum result for the Eagles.
Yeah, we're right behind this one, Charlie. All credit in that play must go to Adam Dunn in the centre there. Great smother. And then Adam McKenzie following up with a great handball to release Brad Vassal, who's a great user of the footy.
Now, Jamie Scrimgeour aimed just inside that left goal post. You read it in my How to Kick Goals at Marara book. Comes out at Christmas time. He kicks it. It's a good goal. Scrimgeour gets it. The reply comes back from the Eagles. They're made of some stern stuff, the Eagles, aren't they? Scrimgeour gets a goal for them.
Yeah, it's stern stuff, and again, goal for goal here early on in this quarter, and believe it or not, we could be in for a shootout, Charlie, which would be quite interesting to see if the quarter's panned out or started the way it has and continues in the same fashion. We could see as many goals kicked in this quarter than we have in the entire game. So, interesting to see. But yeah, Wanderers and St Mary's are 1-1 in this last quarter, and we see who draws blood in this centre contest.
Well, what you want is a couple of goals in a hurry, don't you? And then you can break them. Ryan Smith to get the tap out of the middle. Eagles doing very well out of the middle when it gets there, even if they don't win the tap. And they are getting beaten. Ryan Smith winning most of the rucks here. Gets it tapped down again. The Wanderers can get their hands on it as they're doing here. Not this time, though. Jack Long scrambles a kick forward out of the pack. Well done, McNamee. Wins it on the wing. Not a good kick from him, though. Let him down, gave it off to Jack Long. He pumped it up forward, came off hands. Gordon got behind him again. They tried to kick it off the ground, the Eagles. It's risky stuff. He might have got in the back of the Wanderers player there. I'm not Barrigan, am I?
No.
He was on the ground.
Yeah.
Might have been Vassal. Thought they might have got in his back. Scramble kick out of the pack. This could bounce anywhere. Bounces off to the left through for a behind. So 4 goals, 7 Saints go to. Wanderers 5 goals, 8.
Ryan Smith just coming off for a break there, and again he's the only ruckman, a sole sort of dedicated ruckman for St Mary's, and he's going to definitely play a lot to do in this last quarter. Great grab from Vassal.
That's a beaut grab. That was a good kick too. Set it up for Vassal. He worked a long way, run a long way to work himself into position. Bangs with the left boot. Wants McNamee. Finds him. Oh, McNamee took his eye off the footy. Again, he's in trouble. He's lost a ball towards the boundary line. Seaton in there wants a bit of it. Now they lose it to the boundary line.
Yeah, McNamee again, you can just tell he's out of touch, Charlie.
Yeah.
He hasn't really been on song all night and hasn't really been the old James McNamee that everyone has come to know after winning the Nichols medal last year.
Well, you need a bit of time, don't you? Ducking his head down there was Aaron Motlop. Pack goes over the top again. McNamee can still be the match winner for them. He can. All he needs to do is take a good mark and kick a goal. Stapleton's the man looking after him. So you got one of their best defenders on him. So they're paying respect to the man, even though he is a little rusty, as you've said, Brad. Tapped back towards the boundary line. Oh, that's a bad free kick given away. Advantage play to Josh Heath. Goes along the boundary line with the kick. Eagles get there in defence. Good strong make taken by Dos Rios.
Adam McKenzie needs to...
Short to Mitchell Taylor. It's almost impossible to get out of there. You're in the jaws of death, aren't you? Oh, 2-on-1 here. Did well, Vassal. Stood and gave it off. That was clever play from him. They can run it out now. David Cruz goes to the middle with the footy. Christopher Dunn has it from the centre circle. It's not a good kick. Tunderwatch sits underneath it. Takes a strong mark there away from John Jackson. Another 50.
Yeah, another 50. Undisciplined act there from John Jackson. I think the umpires called it well. Jackson came in late, and again, a 50-metre penalty seemed to be a common occurrence tonight, Charlie, and it could be the death of either team tonight.
Never seen so many in a match. Here's the kick. Good mark. They wanted McFarlane. He left it behind. He gave it to Shannon Rioli. He's dangerous from there, and he misses out to the left. Kicks the behind. So the margin now, a clear goal. Saints down by 6 points. 5-8 plays 4-8. It's been an intriguing battle, hasn't it?
Definitely. And as basic errors continue to creep into the Wanderers game.
Shane Thompson. They're going to hurt here. There's the goal. They got it straight back. Saints. Thompson mucked it up. A couple of errors from Wanderers. The Tunderwatch 50-metre penalty on that one. It gave them no chance at all. Scores level, 5-8 apiece.
Yeah, basic errors, Charlie. Again, I think Wanderers and both teams need to get back to basics, especially with their skills. The skills from both teams tonight have been far from what we come to expect of, especially St Mary's. They're usually the club that finds players lace out time and time again. They definitely control the ball by feet quite a bit, and Wanderers usually a classy and silky smooth side when they're on song, but tonight it's been far from either side's best effort.
Saints going to try and work this out because they've got Shannon Rioli, and that's him there. Ton to watch. Both in the middle. And Shannon Rioli's the dangerous one. He's got another possession. And he'll kick forward and hard at the footy. McFarlane lifts for his team and takes a super mark and then drops it in a little short at 50. He's been invited to play on. He might be penalised here. Did he have prior opportunity? No, he didn't.
Again, and just a poor lackadaisical kick from Peter McFarlane, Charlie, letting his side down.
Danger there, flashing red signs for the Eagles. Scramble, kick forward. Eagles can come running hard at the footy. Bouncing ball out towards the boundary line. I think it'll find its way over the boundary line. Knocked back in, but over now. See David Cruz involved in that. Gets up slowly. Got to get a bit of cramp, has he? David Cruz, you can see him there. Umpire to throw this in. It's up on the half-forward line for the Saints. Scores level here at Marara. Round 13. Tunderwatch went high. At the back, Shannon Rioli with the tackle was clever. The handball's through to Josh Heath. Out wider to Alan May. May goes further to Gordon. Gordon gives it off. Snapshot here by Willie Rioli. Misses, kicks it behind, but puts his team in front with the minor score.
A clutch point there from Willie Rioli. It could be the tail of the game.
Prendergast gets it from Thompson. Out in the back pocket.
There's nothing out that far side for the Wanderers. They're going to have to switch it back through the middle here.
Well, players just standing, you'd want them to run there, wouldn't you? He might have to go back to Thompson. He's thinking about it, and he is. Thompson goes back on the last line of defence. So the Saints' pincer movement gives Wanderers nowhere to go. Off goes Thompson. Prendergast might have to provide the shepherd. Geez, lucky there. You can't hold the player. You can shepherd, can't you? But you can't grab hold of him.
No.
And he almost did that. Free kicks come out of this. St Mary's going to keep the pressure on. They have it. They'll come back to the middle to the ruckman, Ryan Smith. He stands all alone. He's got Gordon out to the right. McFarlane's the target. He can take a grab. They've got it over the back. Saints got players at the back of the pack. They can't get to it, though. That's sharp. Right to the goal line. Thompson scrambles it away. He just came off a body. I reckon they came off a body, did it?
Yeah, I think so, or it was just a massively skewed kick. But yeah, it's pressure showing on both sides here, and Wanderers will be devastated if they go down by a point here, Charlie, I think.
And Wanderers want it at the other end of the ground. We've gone 13 minutes. Final term here. Saints in front by a point after Wanderers looked good at 8 points clear at three-quarter time. Here's the knock. They've got to run it out. They push the ball out in front and knock it on a little bit further. Good running there. Mitchell Taylor gets to the footy. Got away from Hale. Kick for Scrimgeour, running back a little too far. Pressure came from Jack Long. It's a good battle. Scrimgeour wins it. Gave it to himself along the boundary line and then lost it to the boundary line. And I'll tell you what, Jack Long takes the points there because Scrimgeour had control of the footy, didn't he?
Yeah, Scrimgeour tried to outsmart him, and young fella kept his head. And the best thing that Jack Long did there was keep his feet and not go to ground. Watched his hips and just corralled him. Didn't really attack him too hard, and yeah, just forced Scrimgeour to make the mistake and make the decision.
Ryan Smith's pushed out of it by Adam Cook. Ball comes out to Collins. Wins it on the wing. Kicks towards Peter McFarlane. Sees it over the boundary line. Wanderers should have done better. They had two players there, and when they let McFarlane carry the ball to the boundary line, one should knock him out the way. Once you get the footy, is that simple,
definitely,
isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit of urgency there. Obviously, not watching the clock there and thinking that there's a little bit more time left on it. I think a little bit more urgency from both those players would have definitely gone down a little bit more.
Do you know this quarter will go 21 minutes? It's not going to go much further than that. So we've gone to about 15 now. Not much left. Rioli trying to get a free kick. Out of all that ball knocked over the boundary line alongside the behind post. Danger time right now. The next 60 seconds for Wanderers. Saints have got this where they want it. They're lining up. McFarlane talking to his troops there. Is this a set move? There's a throw in alongside the behind post. Wanderers need to be very careful here. Trying to get a kick, Willie Rioli. They go backwards. Iggy Vallejo got the footy, played on Iggy Vallejo, got himself in space, went for goals, went long, kicks it out of bounds on the full. The perfect result for the Eagles. They can bring it back in.
Yeah, perfect result for the Eagles, but Shane Thompson, no, he's not going to take the kick. He's had a bit of a Horace tonight with his kicking, but yeah, Brenton Motlop has got the ball in his hands. He really needs to clear this ball, and Wanderers need to work it out quite swiftly if they're going to get up there and get a score.
Ryan Smith runs in the direction of the footy. That's a good move from the big man. It went over the back. The man who just came on, Justin Bice, got free, fresh legs, gave it to Iggy Vallejo. Vallejo can look around. Rioli's there. He couldn't get it to him. Shannon Rioli for the footy. Little toe poke. Tried to get it to Ben Rioli. He got it and then lost it. He's been tackled and he'll be penalised. Well, disappointing for the young man. He done so well. That's a terrible kick. That is a very poor kick.
Yeah, Adam Dunn just, I think it was Adam Dunn, Christopher Dunn, sorry, just rushing himself there, and again, just weary legs and all that sort of stuff, sort of playing on the Wanderers playing this mind at the moment.
Grabsky kicked it in, gave it to Tunderwatch. 2 kicks from goal. He's put it within a kick. Pack flies, McFarlane. There's a little push out. McFarlane's going to get the free kick here. He took the mark, but they'd pushed him out anyway. He's going to put it out to 7 points, you would think, and make it very difficult for the Eagles. We've gone 16 minutes. You reckon there's about 5 minutes left in the match, not beyond them, but this makes it tough. Ball in the hands of Peter McFarlane. Almost directly out in front, as good as. Kick from about 30 metres. Goes for goal and misses to the left. He can't believe it. Saints supporters can't believe it. Wanderers are ecstatic.
Yeah, but tell you what, Shane Thompson hasn't had a good go at kicking out tonight, so he spotted up a target. That's been good.
5-10 to 5-8.
It's the next kick that Wanderers have been struggling with for this last quarter.
Prendergast. Knocked away towards the boundary line. Ben Rioli. Throw in. Wanderers have edged it around. So the challenge for Wanderers now, they're down by 2 points. 5-10 plays 5-8. Work it around to the other end of the ground, kick a goal, and then hold on for dear life.
Yeah. As I think Damien Hale sent out the message, or did send out the message for Peter McFarlane to go down deep in defence. Now he's working back down forward.
Ryan Smith to the middle. Tunderwatch. Been very good today, Tunderwatch. One of the better games from him. He fired Wanderers up when he got a little physical on them, and he baited them a bit, but he's been good. He's around the ground play. Here's McFarlane in good position. Knocked away. They got it at the back. Saints are going to get there and run in and kick a goal.
I
think they've missed. Kick the behind.
Wanderers need to get on the ball here, Charlie, and get the ball moving fastly and not letting Samari's time to set up, but instead they...
It's a great battle, isn't it? 5-11 plays 5-8. You dare not breathe. What's on offer? Someone wants to call for the footy here. You can't just kick and hope. That's what they've done. 3 St Mary's players here, but it's fallen in the lap of Jerry Wilson.
Oh,
he goes McNamee. He can't afford to drop this. He didn't. He kept his eyes on the footy. Went to Scrimgeour. Scrimgeour can go through. Oh, he should have hit the running player in Adam Cook. Oh, Cook should have been hit on the chest with that. It was a poor kick. Comes out to McFarlane. Couldn't get it. Eagles lifting here into the hands of Erlinson. Erlinson goes to the pocket. Big climb. Good mark. It's a tough angle. Really tough angle for Troy Taylor. Does he rush it? No, he doesn't. He's got to go back and kick the goal.
Can he kick it, Charlie?
He can kick it. I'll tell you what, the siren is going to be a minute away from this. This is the last chance for the Eagles. He must kick it, Troy Taylor. It all rests on his shoulders. Wanderers' finals aspirations. Will they stay alive? He stutters. He gets there. He kicks terribly. He's kicked a horrible kick.
Wanderers need to press right up here now if they're going to have any chance of stopping this next kick out coming out. Samari's going to just try and go long.
You need the big mark here. McFarlane got there, knocked it to ground. Eagles can get to it one way, then the other back. Lost it. Towards the boundary line, knocked over. Eagles want to deliberate out of bounds. Siren imminent. St Mary's by 3 points, 5-11 to 5-8. Terrific football match. Saints get a kick here. They only need a kick 4. They're going to win the game, I reckon. Scragging tackle and gone. Duncan Seaton nailed by the very impressive Luke Collins. He wants to settle it down. He knows everything is right. Thompson got there with the punch, got it away from Iggy Vallejo. No value to the Eagles, though. You can feel the timekeeper's hand reaching for the siren, can't you?
Charlie, it's St Mary's have really grinded this win out if it does come out, but Wanderers wasted a golden opportunity there to win the game.
Tap down. Got it. Eagles win. Now they can go forward. Motlop, can he find something? No. Caught in the tackle. Desperate lunging effort by Dermot Tippenwoody. It went about 5 metres. And went to Ben Rioli now 50 metres.
Not quite sure what the umpire was sort of thinking. He didn't give any chance for rebuke, but that was definitely not 15 metres, Charlie.
A tiny kick. Well, the curtain can come down right here.